So, it seems like Russell T Davies is getting ready to hand over the reins to another showrunner. Of course, I have a theory on how this is going to go. I do have a theory on how this is going to go. I do have a theory how Davies will leave on a high note, on a pedestal, being helmed one of the greatest Doctor Who showrunners yet again. And then passing the torch on. Doctor Who is currently in a mixed emotions at the moment. We don't know if it's going to be renewed for a season 16 or a season 3 for other viewers across the world. We don't know if Ncuti Gat was really gone after this season or if he's staying. His team, his PR team, have gone, well, yeah, we're getting him out. He's got loads of roles in Hollywood. Does he? But also the other thing that's now being said is that Russell T Davies they are having conversations about the next showrunner for Doctor Who, which sort of stamps and signifies that this isn't the end of Doctor Who, but we are now coming to a close on Russell T Davies' Doctor. So this is where I'm at, okay? We're going to read through the article and then we're going to discuss this, okay? Doctor Who's Russell T Davies says there are conversations about the next showrunner happening. When the time came for former Doctor Who showrunner Chris Chibnall to pass over the reins, a few people predicted his replacement would be Russell T Davies, who made an unexpected return to the show several years after his previous stint. Now, with his second full season back at the helm approaching, some fans are already wondering who might be next in line for the top job, and this was a topic that came up during Davies' recent appearance on David Tennant's podcast. After Davies joked on David Tennant Does a Podcast With that he won't go back a third time. He said this, just to let everybody know, he said this to begin with, that he's coming back to save the show, to bring life back into the show, and then he'll hand it off, and he'll go, don't mess it up, and he'll walk away into the sunshine, sunset even. After Davies joked that he won't go back a third time at any point in the future, Tennant teased him and said that he hadn't thought he'd go back the second time either. That's very true, but I'm not getting younger, darling, Davies said. And I think this is the whole point. Russell T Davies is in his 60s, I believe. So he is getting... Yeah, he's 61. So he's getting up there, and he doesn't want to be doing Doctor Who for the rest of his life. You know, he has said that he's got other shows, other things that he wants to do, and, totally, support him in doing them, because he resurrected Doctor Who in the early 2000s, got it to a healthy place in 2010, left 2010 to, I'd say, around 2018. The show was in a fairly decent place after having Matt Smith. Capaldi's era was the start of the dip. But we still had Stephen Moffat as showrunner, then Chris Chibnall came in for Jodie Whittaker's season, destroyed it, then Davies came back. So there have only been 3 showrunners for this new era of Doctor Who. And it is 20 years this year of the revival. He then says, but I will need to slow down at some point. That will come. Last time it was Stephen Moffat who replaced him. That wasn't even a day's work. Like, right, off you go. Davies then added, there's thinking about that. There's conversations about that. But it's hard, it's a tricky one. But they better exist. Imagine I'm dead at the desk. The cliche would kill me. In the 20 years since Doctor Who was revived, 2005, only Davies, Moffat and Chibnall have served as showrunners. Whoever does take over will be joining a very select club. Of course, the several other writers have penned episodes in that time, and among those with credits for the forthcoming season are Pete McTee, Juno Dawson, Ilun Emles, and Shamir Angel Wolfall. Doctor Who, I think, what we're going to see is a season 3 of Doctor Who with Russell T Davies, and I'm going to say David Tennant. I'm going to say that he's going to do 8 episodes, an 8-episode return. or 6 episode return, whatever the season ends up being. It's not going to be with Disney, unless Disney know it's Tenant, then they'll go for it. Then they will basically do this offshoot regeneration for Shooty. What I think will happen is Shooty will be the Doctor for the second season, and they don't have anyone to replace him. I think when he regenerates, he just dissolves into the regeneration power. And the ending is Tennant sat in his garden, inhales the regeneration, gets this glowing pulse inside him, then realises, calls out for Donna, jumps in the TARDIS, and bolts off to go and find Shooty's TARDIS. Because he can't leave a TARDIS out there. I don't know how they do the TARDIS repairing, putting the TARDIS, back into one. But I think that's kind of what they're going to have to do to keep the show alive. They'll do 8 episodes with Tennant, and then Tennant will do another regeneration, to which will probably be his 4th regeneration, I think. He had 2 in the original run, 3, yeah, so this will be his 4th. And then you'll get the 16th Doctor, but I guess the 15th, like, the true 15th, I guess, if we want to go there. When he said Shooty is the 15th Doctor, like, Shooty is the 15th Doctor, whoever comes after will be the 16th, but Tennant's Doctor was regenerated early. That was why the split happened. Or they're just going to regenerate Shooty and there's going to be a new Doctor. And Russell T Davies isn't doing a season 3. But I think he is. And I think he'll regenerate, he'll cast the next Doctor, and then it'll go on. Whoever the showrunner is, I don't know. I wouldn't even want to predict that at this current moment in time. I wouldn't mind if Stephen Moffat came back. Because maybe Stephen Moffat does come back. And maybe he asks Tennant to come back. Because Stephen Moffat did always have a story for David Tennant's Doctor. For the original Series 5 of Doctor Who, before whether they knew Tennant was leaving or not, Russell T Davies had stepped down. Stephen Moffat had come in and was like, yeah, I got a story for you, David, we're going to do this story. And that never happened because David left, and then he cast Matt Smith. And then Matt Smith's story was then basically taken and then written. So maybe if Stephen Moffat was up for doing another 2, maybe 3 years of Doctor Who, maybe that's what happens. But I don't know. I don't really know who you could put as the Doctor after Shooty and to regain fans and excitement, unless you did David Tennant's son, T.Y. Tennant, Ty. Like, if Ty was to be the Doctor, and you were to then canonically say he's the 15th, like he's the proper 15th, like if you, like just forget Shooty for a moment. If you were to say he's the 15th, it'd be 5, 10, 15 are all family, because of course Peter Davidson's son-in-law is David Tennant. David Tennant's son is, so it'd be a nice sort of circular bubble that for the Doctor Who fans to go like have a fancy of like, oh my god, we've had like 3 generations of like family in this role, and they've all been. I mean, I think no matter what, you're always going to see Tennant as the 10th, but he is also the 14th, and I don't know. Maybe the 16th is fine for Ty, but I think David will return. Because he's been tipped, he's been tipped to return. Because, I mean, who else is really going to bring back the viewers? Tennant brought them back. He got 4 million viewers for his 3 specials. And you really want to go in. You want to go in strong, and you want to get your 4 million viewers right back in there with Tennant. You then put Ty in there, and then Ty then becomes the next Doctor, and you get a decent showrunner, and you don't push a message. That is my only warning to Doctor Who. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Drop a like on the video. But yeah, I think if Russell T Davies is seriously going to be standing down soon, I expect him to do another season. Just to do a one-off season with David, I think most likely would be the ideal for him. But yeah, conversations are happening about the new showrunner at the moment. So, with that being said, who knows? He could leave at the end of this season. Who knows? All will be revealed. Doctor Who returns April 12th. Let me know your thoughts. Drop a like on the video. Turn on the notification bell. Hit the subscribe button. I'll be reviewing all of season 2 on here just so everybody knows. But yeah, with that being said, catch you all later. Goodbye for now. Stay cinematic. See you later.